Hey guys, Nick here from Velocity Trading, and in this video I'm going to be recapping today's trade over on VTVT, and I'm going to show you guys how you could have also took a short this morning on VTVT. Alright guys, so VTVT this morning, we did have a stock gapping up off news. We had positive phase 2 news here on VTVT, and you guys look at some of the statistics here. We had some pretty solid statistics overall. We had a low float stock here. This is actually 3 million in float stock. If you go to FinViz, MarketWatch, it'll have 3 million in float here. So I like to check a few sources, for the most accurate float. And 3 million was that number I was seeing go around on VTVT. Then we had a high short float here. We had a high amount of insider ownership here on VTVT. And if you go back and look at the daily chart, this thing does have a history of going on some nice squeezes, right? So it's something that we like to look for in stocks. What is the history of the stock? Does it like to squeeze? On the days it has high volume, right? So over on VTVT, it had some really nice days here when I traded high volume. You can see this day here, opened at 137, hit a high at 350. You can see though we did 40 million in volume, right? Another day here, VTVT 80 cents all the way to $2. Over on VTVT this day, we did do 22 million in volume. Granted, the float may have been a little bit different, on these days, but still, you still want to look at the overall genes of the stock, right, to see, what it could possibly do next time it gets on up, because a lot of time history repeats itself in the stock market. All right, so now over on VTVT, looking at the this is the pre-market chart here on VTVT. I did take a long right around here on VTVT. And I actually just put out a video yesterday on my pre-market long strategy, and I said if I see a good live example, I'll record a video on it. So here I am, recording a video on it, and I'm gonna show you guys what I was seeing, why I entered when I did, and how you guys could going forward look for the same type of setup on another stock. So we did our due diligence, we did our research on VTVT. We like it, like how it's a low float. We like the short float, we like the insider ownership over on VTVT. Now we gotta wait for price action and the chart to confirm here. So this morning I was watching it around here, right? Still doing some light volume. And we started to slowly creep on up, and this candle here we started putting in some more volume, and and we got this nice ramp on up here, and you can see 60k bar on the 1 minute chart. I like to look for volume confirmations. You guys go back and look at the last video. I gave you guys my cheat sheet for my 1 minute volume bars here in the pre-market, and VTVT, once I saw this thing started breaking on high volume, I was now interested, and I want to see now the chart starts to conform and tape to really hold, and that's what we really got here, right? You see these pullbacks starting to hold, tape confirming. Each time we start to flush back on down, the bids refresh, so it started loading up right in this region here on VTVT. And risking this 320. Now this may be a little I think someone asked me this in the room today. Hey Nick, why do you use 320 as your stop, right? Yeah, there may not be a clear cut defined structure here to risk off of, but you kind of gotta you gotta use the eyeball test, right? Where when it cracks, where will all longs be underwater. So just looking at the structure here on VTVT and seeing once 320 cracks, the trend will kind of break here. So that's what I was kind of eyeing down, that 320 mark here on VTVT. So that's why I had a 320 stop there on VTVT, loading around this 340 area, risking that 320 mark. So risking around 20 cents, looking to make 40 cents of upside. So I was eyeing that 380, 390 area over on VTVT. So you can see we ramped on up here, still doing some nice volume. Came up to 4, we started scaling out right around this candle here, right around these 390s here on VTVT. Came back down, retested again, and now I was starting to see some trouble, right? I was starting to see it had a lot of trouble around this area here. Each time we get up, it was met with sellers. So I kind of had a profit stop, right? On VTVT. I said if we ever crack this 375 area, I would get out. And then once again we rejected again here on VTVT. And as we came back down, I was like, you know what, Nick, seeing a lot of stocks, hit their first targets, right, and come back on down. VTVT really struggling here, so let me just take it off. And I did, I took it off here. I have to go back and look at my chart, but I believe it was, right around here or it was on this rejection right when it came back on down on VTVT. So exited the trade there, made a total of $1,500 on the pre-market long here on VTVT. Right, so now heading into the open here on VTVT. Let me pull it over a little bit here. And now, what I was interested in on VTVT, to re-long, it would have been, if we, made a nice little short trap here, sub view ops. This is where I was kind of eyeing it, around this area here. But, just couldn't get the follow through, right? Just couldn't get the follow through here. And it's also presented a good short opportunity here for an exhaustion short setup. You can see, we've ramped on high volume here. Retested here, rejected, right? Retested, rejected here. Seeing the struggle, to get over 4. Watching the live tape here, just looked really heavy, just looked really weak. There's no strength on the bids. Couldn't really consolidate above that $4 area. Base, that would have made shorts nervous. Just couldn't get it. So you could see, 3 times, rejected here. This could have been an opportunity here to risk off the highs. Granted, the criteria wasn't A+ for VTVT, right? But still, just going off price action here, that could have been, a short setup there, risking that high day. Seeing how we're keep rejecting this area coming on up here for a short back on down. Then I was waiting here for that that reclaim. We just couldn't get it right. Ramped on up, rejected. Ramped on up, rejected. Ramped on up, rejected. And you could see, just kind of exhausted itself here on VTVT, and finally got that rug pull, and it came all the way back on down. 340 was our backside line. Cracked it, retested here. See, started dribbling here, cracked down, retested again, and then we got that final, that final crackdown, that final breakdown here over on VTVT. So that was the overall play here on VTVT this morning. Once again, kind of takeaways is just kind of knowing when they're in control, right? Clearly they were in control here all morning. And once we got to this, $4 region, sellers starting to pop on up. Each time we got on up, rejected, rejecting. So kind of just looking left, right? Looking left, seeing what's going to happen here. Just clearly there's a big time seller here, unloading here. So, we're in control most of the morning, in the pre-market. And then once we got the $4, started unloading, and we just could never reclaim, right? Trend never changed. Trend was always to the bearish side here on VTVT. If we ever got back above that, at 390 area, started to consolidate, base, higher lows, boom, would have longed it, but we didn't get it, right? And I said today on the stream that we're not in the market right now to be looking for dip buys. Stocks are, just not, they're just not, holding up, right? They're just not holding up. Each dip, you could see on VTVT, if you're buying these dips, anticipating this move, you're gonna get smoked, right? I could pull up, 5-6 examples from this recent week or two of your stocks getting absolutely destroyed. So, right now we're in that market where you got to be careful if you're long. You have to you wait for confirmation. Stop buying these dips. Wait for the stock to prove itself, that trend's going to confirm and that it wants to go higher, and then look for your long. Cut out these dips. That market will come back around where we're going to get these these squeezes. But right now we're just not there. Stocks are getting rejected at resistance, and they're coming right back on down. So just be safe. Be smart. We'll see if we have any more opportunity this week. We're still waiting on that one trade to spark up the market. It's been a while since we had big supernova type play. I'm not really counting MIO. That was just too thin of a name. For me on MIO. Kind of waiting for that next SES. I don't know why I just fumbled that name right there, but SES. Waiting for the next SES type setup. It's been a while since we had one of these, so who knows? Maybe the market's setting up for one of these coming up soon. Historically, February has been a pretty hot month from my experience in the market, so we'll see. We'll see. I think that's gonna be it for this recap. Wasn't really much else to go over today. Just VTVT, 1-for-1 on the day. Nice little base hit, and that's my trading this week. Past week or two, just been base hits. Not looking for a home run type setup. If it comes, it comes. but I'm not gonna look to force it, right? I had that one day where, I got involved. I think it was like ITRM. Was up big on it. Was looking for that home run, and it, bit me in the butt, right? So just being smart, not getting greedy, taking off at first targets, not holding for second and third targets just yet. Eventually, it will come around where I'm gonna get my second and third targets on some of these plays. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in chat. Peace.